What's up, boys? How you doing? Kind of just wanted to do a little talk right now while I'm kind of just chilling out here. How you guys doing, man? I'm doing good. But yeah, well, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, yo, why the fuck are you smoking this? Well, this thing actually boosts your testosterone a lot, believe it or not. I definitely feel way better after, yeah, there he is. Look at him. Another high test dog over there. Bro's jacked. My dog is fucking jacked. My dog is probably more jacked than 90% of you guys watching. Come here. That's a good boy. Anyways. So, I didn't really have any talk in mind. I kind of just wanted to flow freely from the mind with this one today, just smoking a nice cigar. Might as well film a little raw talk for you guys while I do it. Might as well. But going for walks and smoking cigars does get you pretty fucking shredded, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a cheat code. But you don't want to inhale it. Literally just inhale a bit of smoke there. But you know, I was really thinking recently though, consciousness is a very valuable thing because so many people, they're damaged by modern technology and they don't really have their own consciousness. They're so trapped, right? They're on their phones scrolling the whole time, and then they're playing video games, and then they're smoking weed and drinking alcohol with their buddies. And then even if you go into like the specifics, if they have something to ask and if they need to know something, they just search it up on Google real quick. Oh, search it up on ChatGPT real quick. Oh, and they don't really actually think for themselves. And I think that's a lot of the reason why these people are commenting on my videos, hating and saying all this shit. It's because I don't really think they have a consciousness, because a lot of them are saying the same exact things. A lot of them are the same people. So for somebody out there, you know, that feels like they're not really thinking for themselves and they're not really... For example, you can't really think quickly on demand. Like people will talk to you in a conversation and you're kind of stuttery, you don't know what to say, this and that. You know, you can't just flow freely. There's a good chance that you just let everything think for you. For example, a big brain exercise that I like to do to, you know, allow myself to think for myself is when I plug something into a GPS, I like to, you know, actually be present in the situation of the direction that I'm going, the turns that I'm taking, you know, to get to where I'm going. And usually it takes me one GPS time before I memorize the route. So the big brain exercise I like to do is use the GPS, and then I want to find my way back home without the GPS. And then the next time I go to said location, I don't want to use the GPS. And a lot of the times it only takes me once, and I memorized all the turns, all the streets, where I'm supposed to be going, all that type of stuff. So that's a big thing that a lot of people don't do. They just plug it into the GPS, brainlessly go to where they want to go. And I think that's so damaging to your brain. Especially, you know, when you try and learn things, because we live in a society right now where information is just at our fingertips. And a lot of people take it for granted. A lot of people don't actually try and learn things on their own, right? I still try to read books. I still try to, you know, do the normal things because I want to maintain my consciousness. I want to actually be, you know, a real person. And another thing I see a lot of people doing is like their favorite influencer or whoever. Sorry, this is a loud ass diesel trash truck going by. You know, a lot of people, they'll jump on the bandwagon of like other people. Like, for example, Andrew Tate. Instead of like thinking for themselves, instead of, you know, having their own opinions and kind of like, you know, still taking insight from what he's saying and whatnot, they completely adopt what he is and what he's saying. And then they have this whole like arc where they're literally Andrew Tate. They literally talk like him, walk like him, you know, everything. It's like, bro, you have to think for yourself, man. You have to have your own consciousness. You cannot let other things think for you. That is how the evil mind gets entrapped into you. And that's how you can be controlled. Because your time and energy is a currency. And if your time and energy can just be pre-programmed and can just be thought by other people and instilled into you, your time and energy is automatically going towards somebody else. Just like how the haters and all these people commenting on my videos, their time and energy goes to me. That currency goes to me. And my videos do better. And they reach more people that would rather find insight in what I'm saying. So, for you at home, that I hope has his own consciousness. If you don't, you need to start working and thinking about, you know, doing that. Start thinking for yourself more. Start having your own consciousness, because I think that is a very valuable asset in today's time. And I guess that's what happens when you live in the city, man. You got people honking at each other and doing shit, but, you know, it's not like I live on a main road or anything. I live right next to one, though, but I'm not on it. Thankfully, I don't want to fucking do that. But, I love this dog, man. He's a good boy. Butch, look at the camera. Look. Sit. Sit. Good boy. See, he listens to me. He listens to me. And only me. Anybody else tries to fucking command him, he don't give a shit. He's like, fuck you. I'm trying to teach him though, he plays really hard. He plays really hard and he fucks us up. He popped my dad's rib out of place. And he was hurting for a while and he finally popped it back into place. Like, he dislocated a rib. Man, my dad's a fucking trooper though. He's like, I am not calling off of work. I am not taking paid leave. These people need me at my job. That's fucking commitment right there. And I really respect that. I fucking respect my dad 100%. These are the reason why I smoke cigars too. Yeah. Even when he falls into the traps though, you know, when he starts talking about the Democrats, he starts talking about politics and whatnot, I'm like, dude, you're letting the news think for you, bro. And I hope a lot of you guys can take insight on this too. You let the news think for you. You let other information sources think for you. Now, I am totally against the news, but he grew up with the news. He can't stop. I keep trying to tell him, don't watch the news. I'm not going to name any names, but my mom has a really good friend that is very well known. I'm not naming any fucking names. But she is a very well-known news anchoress. Is it an anchor? Anchoress? I don't know. A female anchor. And she, when Tucker Carlson started trying to expose all the news, and he's talking about, you know, all his deal when he got fired from Fox. The next time I saw her, I asked her if this was true. And she confirmed that it was true, plus more information that I do not wish to disclose, but all I have to say is, go watch Tucker Carlson. Everything he says is fucking spot on. He ain't lying. So, Go watch what he has to say about the news. It's all bullshit. Again, they're trying to control what you think. They control what you think. Now they have your currency, which is your time and energy. That's all it is. Consciousness is a very valuable asset in this day and time. So Jackson, what can I use with my free-thinking consciousness? I think the best way to use it is to put out content. And a lot of people, they'll talk about, oh, I'm not very interesting. I don't think anybody would want to watch my shit. They would. Because if you're a free-thinking person, you already stand out from 98% of people. Because 98% of people copy people word for word. They adopt other people's personalities. They can't be unique. They can't be themselves. If you're yourself, you're unique. There's only one of you, bro. Isn't that beautiful? That is a prime way to use it. And you can develop real relationships. And the thing about it is that a lot of people aren't going to like you. But those aren't the free thinkers. Some of them might be. I don't know. But truly, man, truly, it's a very powerful notion to be a free thinker. And yeah, man. And the reason why this all sprouted is because I had a video do very well, and it's continuing to perform very well on Instagram, and it is about Chipotle. I've been against Chipotle for a while now. They use rice bran oil and all their shit. Their stuff isn't organic. They don't use high quality beef. They're a company trying to make profits. You gotta understand it from their perspective. They're trying to make profits, right? And people are only gonna spend so much money on a fucking Chipotle bowl, right? So they're doing their thing, and a lot of people were calling me out, saying like seed oils aren't bad for you. There's studies saying that they're healthy and red meat's bad. Okay, cool. You saw a study. You let this study think for you. Now somebody like me who wants to think outside the box, who questions everything, ChatGPT, still use it. It's a really good tool. Just don't let it think for you. Don't ask it to fucking think for you, bro. I asked ChatGPT who funded the studies telling seed oils are healthy. They're all the seed oil companies. The bias of the study is towards the seed oil companies. They're not going to release a study that is going to affect their brand in a negative way. Again, they're trying to profit. So then the next thing I ask it, who funded the studies saying that red meat is bad for you? Same people. Same people funded those studies that funded the seed oil studies. Okay, ChatGPT. What is the most profitable industry within the food industry? That is the processed food industry, the ultra processed food. And the profit margins are so high because seed oil is cheap. They use cheap shit like modified food starch. They use cheap shit like soy, and it's so fucking obvious, first of all. And I look at the meat industry and their profit margins are so low. So low. It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. That's why always support your local farmers, man, because you might look at their food and be like, this shit is overpriced as fuck. But they're probably not making that much money. Like, it's overpriced for a reason, bro. Because ultra processed food is just cheap as shit. It's bullshit. That's what we're conditioned to think that it's healthy and it's cheap. Same with beer. They don't tax beer. They don't do anything with beer. That's why beer remains so cheap. You can go get malt liquor for fucking nothing. Nothing. Anyways, I don't want to go off topic on beer, but yeah, man, truly, just start thinking for yourself. Start thinking for yourself, man. Start doing your own research. Start questioning everything. And I think you'll do pretty well. I think you'll do better than 98% of people. And yeah, that's just it. So, I think that's all I have to say, man. Love you guys. Take action. And you have a blessed day.